Good morning and welcome to Herding Little Cows. We are going to do a video series, or try to do a video series this week, using what we have in the pantry and some food that was given to us last night by somebody who was moving to just make some meal plans for this week and hopefully give you some ideas on some creative ways to combine foods, to use what you have in your house if you have a week where you don't have a budget to do a whole lot of grocery shopping. I will show you in a minute. So sorry that last video was kind of abrupt. Josiah started to have a seizure in the middle of the video, so I had to stop so we could help him. He has cerebral palsy, and so he gets really stiff and kind of stuck. So he was stuck on his bench while he was eating breakfast. But Josiah made our breakfast this morning, right before that seizure. So these guys are enjoying some yogurt and oatmeal and blueberries. Thank you for the tip on the last video. I have not tried toasting the oatmeal yet, but we will try that. Daddy's phone is up, I just realized. So, in our bowls this morning is a half a cup of oatmeal, a half a cup of yogurt, a third of a cup of oatmeal, a third of a cup of frozen blueberries, and Josiah did all the work of getting everyone's bowls ready. So here's everyone's bowls around the table. Oh, you want us to see your bowl? That's his bowl. So he's going to sit down and eat here as soon as he settles down a little bit.
This is all mixed
the baby
up.
wants you to see his bowl. Samuel mixed his all up. There's one not touched yet. Virginia's over there eating. And the little one, Abigail, is still sleeping. So we'll show you as we go through our day what people are eating. I myself am having some eggs as I'm dealing with gestational diabetes and watching the carbs. So I might have some blueberries and a little bit of milk later, but for breakfast I'm going to have some eggs. So Josiah, you feeling a little better? Okay, make sure you take some small bites, okay? You say bye to the video. So guys, this is the second video of the morning. You saw everybody else eating yogurt and blueberries. It is now, I don't know, half hour after that. I just wasn't together this morning to have my eggs made already. We usually eat together as a family. But here are 3 eggs, some ham from a turkey, ham from a turkey, that would be funny. Ham from Easter that I had in the freezer that we made up this week. So this is the leftover ham that we have bits and pieces of in the freezer. A cup of coffee. This pregnancy, I really not enjoyed coffee until just within the last about 2 weeks. So I have a cup of coffee as a treat once in a while. Abigail is still asleep. You saw in the first video that she was not awake having breakfast with us. We usually, as I said, all eat breakfast together. And Josiah, who had the seizure in the first video, is doing good, and he's sitting out in the living room reading a book because the light's hard to see him. There he is. He's reading a book out there in the living room, but he's feeling better. So he just gets very tired afterwards, so he's going to sit around for a little bit. So that is my breakfast this morning. 3 eggs, some ham, and some cheese. We'll be back later to show you our snack and our lunch. Okay, today for snack on our food diary number 1. We are having what we call energy bars. They're usually energy balls, but this time we laid them in a sheet pan. So as you can see, they're thin. There's 2 different bags of them. These ones have, we'll make a video about these, but they're pretty much peanut butter, honey, chocolate chips, oatmeal, some flaxseed, some other goodies are what these ones are. And these ones over here are almond butter and pretzels along with the honey and oatmeal and chocolate chips. So these are the sweet and salty version. These ones are the peanut butter chocolate chip version. As I said, we'll make a video, but they are fairly healthy for you. And they're a nice treat. We keep them in the freezer and we pull them out when we want them. So there is the snack that we had today after our lunch. On food diary number 1. Wait a minute. Okay, real life lunch here. No, you're not going to have a pepper right now. Today is very hot. I told you we were at the Free Farmers Market this morning and the kids have already enjoyed, I think, 2 apples apiece. So today's lunch is popcorn. You see this big bowl of popcorn? We put butter, salt, and nutritional yeast on top. Nutritional yeast tastes slightly cheesy for those who don't know, and it has a lot of B vitamins and vitamin K in it, so it's very healthy for you. So as you can see, Abigail, can you let go for a second? This is a very large bowl, so the kids will enjoy that. And that watermelon I showed you earlier, the kids cut, or Virginia cut, and thank you to our friend Hannah for this tip. If you can see, we cut the watermelon in half, and then we cut the watermelon down this direction and this direction. And so you have these cute little watermelon pieces to eat that don't make a mess of your face and hands. So that's just a cute little tip. Thank you, Hannah Jones, for showing that to us. But there's the watermelon we'll be having and the popcorn. Like I said, it's a very hot day, so we're just going to enjoy this light lunch, and we're going to have a bigger supper tonight once we cool down. So that is lunchtime today. Okay, part of day one, the food diary, I guess I'll call it. This is what I'm getting ready for supper. This is in my crock pot. The other day I cooked up, just in a frying pan, I cooked up hamburger, and then I added corn and carrots to kind of steam with a little bit of water that was in the pot. This is not flavored at all, so we are adding it to the crock pot. This is the crock pot I have. I have two of the same identical crock pots. We're going to add it to the crock pot with some tomato sauce that I had in my fridge. I buy number 10 cans of tomato sauce. So we had opened one the other day, I think for pizza. So this was what was left. We had a half-gallon jar and then part of a quart jar. So I'm going to dump that in there. We're going to step over here. Sorry for the change in light. We're going to step over here and get a little bit of water to rinse out the jars. Pour that in the crock pot. Sorry, real life TV here. Turn on the water. Get some in the jar. You see my dirty dishes in that other sink. Like I said, real life. We were out this morning trying to help out with that farmer's market. So here we go. We're going to pour that in there. And we're going to add some Italian seasoning. That, like happens around our house a lot, there is no measuring here. So I'm just going to pour in till what looks good. And then we're going to mix this up. So now I'm going to turn this on high because I'm not getting this in the crock pot today until about 2:15. I was hoping to do it earlier, but it didn't happen. So we are going to mix this up and let it cook. We will serve this tonight for supper. You will see the results of that next in this video. So be back at supper time. So supper tonight, I showed you what I had put in the crock pot of the corn and carrots and beef mixture, which I then added tomato sauce and Italian seasoning to. So this is some of what we had. Some is already served, and I'll show you that in a minute. But we made pasta for people to eat the sauce on top of. We made cabbage that we use in place of noodles for those who would rather have a low-carb option. And we also made zucchini, which I started to burn, but this is real life, and I'll show you what we really have here. So this was zucchini and onion with some butter added, and then we added Parmesan cheese to the top and just sauteed that in the pan. The cabbage was just steamed. So those are the options for the adults who would like that. And the kids are already at the table enjoying their food. You can see them, Josiah and Uriah and Samuel and Abigail. Naomi also. We had fun playing out in the wading pool today. So we have some people already in pajamas. The kiddie wading pool. So that is our supper tonight. Hope you enjoyed our meals for the day. From the free farmers market, which you'll see in a different video, we got grapes today, and that's going to be dessert tonight. So after everyone finishes their supper, they're going to get grapes. So hope you enjoyed this food diary day. We'll see you tomorrow.